We are back live from DreamHack Dallas Masters. What could be the last map of the B stream tonight will feature Tyloo and Windigo battling it out in Overpass. The choice of Windigo after they clean sweeped Tyloo was pretty easy in the end, Dust. Quite surprisingly so. Windigo, they were just a level ahead.
They really were. Again, Tyler thought that was going to be the punish pick. Little did they know what they were going to be up against is when they go brutalize them on Inferno. And now they get to go onto their home map, Overpass, by far their best map. Only lost it once. That was to Mouse Sports at Tor just recently. Before that, they were 8-0. They've beaten some really strong teams on this map. So they're going to feel very much at home. Tyler, on the other hand, have not played this map very much on the offline environment with this lineup. So they shouldn't be nearly as comfortable, but you never know. Maybe Expert can fire off the AWP, Bentech can come alive, and they can still challenge here. Again, the stand-in factor is going to be in the cards for Windigo to a degree, but it didn't seem to affect Calix in that game. He teed off. Nearly 30 kills, I think, for him game.
Yeah, you definitely can't use that as a weak note for Windigo at the moment. I mean, he was one of their best players. You never have thought he was a stand-in if you'd never seen them before. He looked very good. Obviously in for blocker due to visa issues, as we've been told. But looking like a pretty solid package, Windigo, I've got to say. Now, on Overpass, it's a map that we know they can play very well. We know that they can take some of the better teams to their limits, and Tyloo just looks so lost on that T side in particular. It was like they're all doing their own thing. They're incredibly telegraphed with their B hits. You're hoping that they've pulled some kind of miracle, inspirational, motivational speech here to get them back in this, because if they lose this map, they're out. I mean, that's it. This is their last chance.
Indeed it is. And the thing is, Windigo again play like a very loose, scrappier style. It's not super well defined. They don't have crazy established roles, so that can give them the flexibility. Blocker typically was kind of a guy who would entry frag with Victor on this map, so they could put Calix in that spot, let him follow up Victor, create those openings on this T side. Obviously, Poison, super comfortable on this map with an AWP on both sides. He's going to be a big factor. He was also playing very, very strongly just underneath Calix in that game of Inferno. So Tyloo are in for a battle. They're going to have to really play their A game just to have a shot. Again, if you lose, you're out.
It should be bitterly disappointing. It would mean that we'd lose our second Asian team at the DreamHack Dallas Masters, with Lucid Dream going out earlier. We, of course, were casting that against Vitality. Let's see, maybe they can make believers out of us all on Overpass. Mirage will be the third map if we need it. First off, we need the players to get on the server and get ready. They are still warming up, just getting themselves tuned in the zone. So from what we've seen today, Dust, obviously we haven't been casting a lot of the upper games because they're obviously on the A stream, as you'd expect. But which of these teams has impressed you the most today that we've casted? Any team that's really caught you?
That we've casted? I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think everything's pretty much gone according to plan. I think Nip and Tyler was a bit of a toss-up just because Nip having a stand. I guess they impressed me that they played so well with PETA.
Yeah, they definitely did. I think the interesting thing for me was on Nip that Peter just seemed to fit in so easily that when Dennis comes back, you're kind of questioning to yourself, will it be a step above? Will they go from being at like 80% to 100%? But it seems like we are finally live, Dust. We're going to be jumping onto Overpass. Windigo on the T side, Tyloo on the CT side, and it was a T side that really posed them problems. So if they can get their eye in early, if they can get some flurry of rounds under their belt, maybe this could get interesting. They did win both pistol rounds as well on Inferno and still lost by a landslide. No messing about. Windigo straight onto the side. Victor taking point for his team, already carving out the kill into somebody. Bubble, was that mid-air with the Glock? I didn't quite catch it from his perspective, but all the same, he is buttoning it down. Extra and Bentet, last player standing. Leave it to Bentet with a USP. Does have a kit and is already landing headshots. There's a second. This is now starting to get more realistic. Poison just has to hold his angle, allow Calix to take the first engagement, then go in while Bentet is already occupied. But Bentet, just for a moment, looks away from the water, and that will be his downfall, but a solid, nice try.
Team Ace from Windigo, Vince. Everyone involved in on that one. A quick push into B opened up by Victor and followed up by all the rest quite nicely. Did get a little bit close. Bentet had a chance there. He had a couple of nice shots. But in the end, it is going to be Windigo taking it to establish their T side just the way you want to right off the bat. A little bit of a match pause coming in. Not really sure what it is.
TS problem again, unfortunately.
Love to see it.
Had a few of them today.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take too long, of course. It's not as bad as if the PC was having some software or hardware problems, but does mean we're going to be paused for a little while. There's not much to break down from the first round. It was just Windigo playing aggressively, everyone chipping in, as he said, with a teammate. Only Bentet really standing tall. But fortunately, the pause is going to be over very shortly because the players are saying that they're ready to go.
Well, there we go. Has been lifted. Tyloo, what do they want to do here? Do they want to force up a little bit? Just want to get a little bit tricky? Or do they just want to take a full save? AK's across the board for Windigo. For everyone, actually.
Wow, that's interesting, Dust, because it means they've got no smokes. They've only got a flash and a Molotov for utility.
Also, no MAC-10s to farm cash on a round where maybe they're anticipating Tyloo would go head armor, and so they didn't want to dilly-dally around with MAC-10s. That's fair enough to have that assumption. It's a B-bomb side stack, though, Vince, and this could be scary. It's USPs, but when there's a swarm of them in your face, still could get the job done. So need to be careful, because it looks like they want to go B. Windigo do favor the B-bomb side, I will say that.
Plus, with USPs, if they get any kills, that's rifles that are being lost. They can't trade the MAC-10 out for AKs, so let's see if they get it done. There's one rifle that's been dropped, and that's really not bad for Tyloo. That's a rifle that's now gone. So that's going to force a replenish gun. Tyloo now can come in with an AUG purchase. Yeah, a bit of a head scratcher from Windigo, but hey, they get a two-round lead. That's all they could really ask for.
And this is like the other side of not force buying second rounds. You can do this. You can get a full rifle armor round. That's why I expect to see it more and more often, but I feel like force buys are still pretty prevalent. Either way, AKs are already engaged for Windigo, so they'll be fine in a round like this. While they do typically really favor playing B, almost every single round it feels like they like to execute B, they are going to open up a more traditional default this time around. Again, their roles will vary and who will play outside B. It's going to be ships this round, but it could sometimes be other players, like Bubble, for instance. Blocker used to do it as well, but I doubt Calyx wants to do that, so there might be ships more often than not.
Bentet playing in bathroom, looking towards long. There's no other player from Tyloo on long as it stands. They do have Excurate, who can shimmy around to watch long from the site, but Bentet's going to get the upper hand onto two players. Third comes in. Bentet locks it down, only losing 26 health. He could be in for more. You absolutely guarantee kills when Bentet's in this kind of form. Didn't really show up on Inferno. Better late than never. Welcome, Bentet. Beautiful plays, and Tyloo. 5 players strong come out of round 3.
Big round there. Don't lose a single player on it. Absolute dominance from Bentet. That's exactly what you need if you're Tyloo. You need to establish yourself early. Your tournament life is on the line. You're up against a very strong Overpass team who feel very comfortable playing the T-side of this map. Have a lot of success on this map. So coming out swinging as soon as possible is definitely the prescription. And now we'll go back to their roots of attacking short B quickly. Also, a lot of presence in connector, no presence towards the A side of the map. So it seems like a B split's probably going to be on the horizon.
Interestingly, no AKs were picked up after that last round. Yeah, sure, Bentet got long kills, but didn't decide to trade across, preferring the AUG. Power over. Utility paying off so far. Victor on 2 and ships 21. But the trade is going to go in their favor. Somebody now, though, going to batten it down. Ship connects the headshot onto heaven. Oh no, Tyloo, after a heroic performance from Bentet, have been totally cut out of this round. So easy in the end.
That was actually quite close, though. Attacker had 2 lined up on short B and took them down very low. Almost had kind of a 2-kill spray down, and that would have made the round much different. Unfortunately, he couldn't put the finishing touches on those kills, and it allowed Victor and company to break on through. Dominant round from them. Oh, You had a round where you lost no players. We'll have another dominant round. Hold my beer. Respond right back.
Apparently there's another technical issue. I was just trying to catch on exactly what it was about. Something about resolution? Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, FPS drops apparently. Oh, unpaused. Okay,
And
at least it's nothing serious. Yeah, just following on from what you said though, Dust. I mean, that is kind of the worst case scenario. Tyloo, they get the inspirational moment from Bentet, the star player, a guy that we know can deliver so much, and then the round next, you just get absolutely obliterated. There's nothing to really build off, no momentum at all.
Yeah, and even with the new economy system, this reset's pretty harsh for Tyloo. Just upgraded pistols and armor coming into this round. Need the full save to have a nice buy in the next. Gonna get tricky at short B, but Victor's ready for it. Finds one right away. There's attacker down as well, so this is being dealt with quite efficiently.
Extra with a Desert Eagle, not far off landing 2. That would have given them a little bit of hope. Bomb dropped in water, but between 2 terrorist players, Tyloo don't have a stranglehold over this. Neither player, or Summer or Bentet, are near the fallen weapons either. And Windigo waiting, anticipating a push. To be fair to Tyloo, they're playing this one way more passively. You can see from Bentet's position, he's kind of hoping that they do decide to rotate up through connector. Not going to happen. They've only got eyes for B site, Dust. That's the only place they're going. And Summer peeks one too many times. That is the round done. Bentet only CZ. Maybe able to pick up a weapon, though, on his approach from connector. There's a Galil. But meet Victor. He has no problem spraying through those walls. Flashbang in. And Bentet's been dealt with.
And here's the thing, Tyloo need to figure out something quickly because Windigo love attacking B. Again, they do it a high amount of time. That's their favorite thing to do is these B splits. So you gotta defend against it. And here's the other scary thing. What Windigo likes to do is after they do a lot of early B splits, that sets them up later on down the road to throw fakes at you because you have to start respecting B a little bit more. You feel a little bit more stressed towards rotating because you know that you keep folding B, and that's whenever they can fake you out and start attacking that A-bomb site. So Tyloo need to be very careful. It's starting to run away from them.
Accurate. Again, it's a one and done position. And Bubble's going to get 2. Bentet caught completely unaware. You've got to anticipate that push, Dust. You have to assume that's a possibility.
Bentet has to get that trade is what really has to happen. I mean, it's bad enough that you're going to be in an even man situation. Now that you're a man down so early in the round, this is where Windigo can really manipulate your rotations. They can be a little bit more conservative now and just wait for you to feel forced to make a play. They have such a massive advantage. Defense is so spread.
That's what I mean, though. Like, if you're peeking up mid, there's no way they're going to be long already. There's no way they're going to be through connector already. You should only have eyes on middle to help your upper out. There's no other reason. There's nothing else that you could possibly be worried about at that stage.
Looks like it is going to be the B hit, though, Vince. It's going to be a lot of weight on Summer's shoulders. No one there to assist him. He's playing an off angle that could line him up some kills. At least one, I would imagine. Oh, and it's not.
Oh, a solid rip. He began to hope, especially if they lined up. That's where people can trip over each other and bullets can go into the back of teammates' heads, but it didn't quite work out that way. Somebody round the back, gonna look for the flank, but Windigo gonna get the bomb planted, also next to the pillar, so it gives them even more angles to defend from. Somebody, especially with the lower economy, is gonna be looking to save. Finds the frag onto Kalik. Doesn't want to go pick up the AK because he knows that's in enemy territory. Gets a second. With each player he finds, he gets chipped away a little bit more. This is starting to get a bit costly for Windigo, though, but they know the economy of Tyloo is going to be very poor. So it's worthwhile to take this M4 away from somebody and away from Tyloo. That's why Poison's gone hunting so hard. Checking in every angle apart from where somebody is currently located. There is an AWP here to pick up as well. So Windigo going to have the AWP. They're going to have an AUG. Tyloo with only an M4.
And not much money to buy around it, Vince. So it might just be upgraded pistols again around this 1 and 4 of somebody. Or they want to put that rifle, do they want to surround it, do they want to stack, do they want to gamble a push? Those are all decisions they have to consider. Something needs to work, though. They need to at least pose a threat in this round. Meanwhile, Poison will take his AWP over towards the A side of the map, but again, that focus is still very much to be bomb site, as you would anticipate. I feel like at this point, the folks at home get it. Windigo love B. The Bulgarian.
They certainly do.
I don't know what to do with that.
I mean, you can understand why, because they're getting a lot of success on it right now.
Yeah.
Like, every time they go B, even in the round that they lost, it was mainly off Bentech going massive.
I think it's also just how many variations they have for B. Like, they can do the high utility hits that you expect, but they can also just dry peek you at such rapid speeds that you just get caught off guard by it. And then here's the thing. You keep getting battered at B, you still can't overstack it. You still have to respect the fact that they could eventually go A, you know what I mean? Like, it becomes a huge mind game.
So we're getting the drop on ships. The drop in the bucket at this point, though. Ships did get 3 kills earlier on the B site. But an AK saved wouldn't be too shabby. Yeah, exactly what you say. It makes the Tyloo really respect the B hit, and it's going to force them to disperse of their utility that much earlier. They're going to have to throw smokes into monster, Molotovs, flashes. That could be completely wasted, and it's a utility they won't have in the latter stages of the round. So it really does get in the back of players' minds when B is constantly under threat.
Just trying to think of what Tyloo can do to try to improve that situation. I mean, typically some are an attacker on the B defenders. Excurate obviously can pull out the AWP and maybe try to take a peek down Monster or something like that. Try to change it up. Obviously, taking short B control for yourself if your Tyloo is an option, but Windigo has been really good at mauling off sandbags and not really allowing them that space, so maybe this round they have an AWP extricate, they have plenty of utility. This is where you have to make a play. I feel like you need to take initiative.
That's why Overpass is such a good map to cast, because it allows the CTs to play aggressive in the likes of short B. Fight fire with fire, so to speak. They're going to have Bentech down into connector, but he's really the only player that's in a forward position. They're effectively cutting him off and saying, okay, go kill. Take as many with you as possible. That grenade lands just above ship, so it only does 9 damage. Could have done a lot more if it was
By the
just
way,
a few millimeters closer.
Here's the thing we were talking about. You keep hitting B, and now you condition your opponent. You make them fear you at B. And now what is Windigo going to do? They're going to go long A and absolutely bypass any type of A defense. Excurate may never even get information that they've gone long A fast enough. And Bentech has only helped, and he's inside connector. If Windigo go long A at this pace, they just keep running and charging, they are going to be so vulnerable on this A-bomb site. It's like the perfect pacing change.
Exactly, and the key word is conditioning. They really have conditioned this. Tyloo still with 3 players on B, still assuming it's going to be a B hit. No one is on long, no one can hear a thing. Now they're going to start to hear, okay, smokes and Molotovs are landing on A. Damn it, we've been completely bamboozled. Now we have to make a move across. They're hoping for the best, but there's a carpet of fire. There's smokes in their eyes as well. If they push out, they're dead. Excurate's completely isolated alone. What a change in pace from Windigo. This is sublime Overpass T side. There's really nothing Tyloo can do about this. I would like them to pull a timeout actually, thus, and try and figure out a way to counteract this play. Plus, Ships is also, just to add salt in the wounds, lurking on B and catching them as they try and rotate towards the A site. So he's trying to cut off any saves in their tracks. This is phenomenal play from the Bulgarian.
It's brutal, man. It's just they're absolutely battering Tyloo, and we knew this was coming eventually, Vince. We discussed it. We're like, they're conditioning this. Like they're gonna keep exposing B, but eventually they're gonna flip the switch, catch Tyloo horribly off guard. That's what's happened here. Maybe these alls get saved, sure, but Windigo now go up 7-1. They've won the last 5 rounds in a row, and a lot of these rounds have been pretty dominant. There's only been 1 round that they've lost more than 2 players. No real kills coming out from Tyloo. No one really stepping up. Windigo just having their way with this map. It's very reminiscent of what Astralis does on Mirage, where they condition you with mid-control early, and then they start doing these fast side attacks. Windigo, again, conditioning. And it's worked so well.
I was really hoping that Tyloo would put, pump the brakes and try and figure out a way to deal with this, whether it's aggression that Molotov just lands in the air. So that is a ton of money, a chunk of money just gone for nothing in return. Not only that, but also it now gives free reign for Windigo to get short control. So Tyloo know, okay, short might be lost. They still have a player in connector, but Bubble's already here.
It's back to basics, Vince. It's back to be the bread and butter of this Bulgarian side. They've left the bomb behind, though, in T-spawn, so it's not really a commitment. And Exkert's found Bubble and Connector, finally an opening pick for Tyloo, something you feel like they've lacked the bulk of this game. Not many first kills have come their way. Can they capitalize, though, as Poison does pick up the bomb with his AWP and heads towards B, so it's going to be this hit again. Again, plenty of Molotovs for barrels and smokes to block off graffiti. So that means Tyloo are going to have to battle their way around the utility.
That flash timing was on point. Attacker gonna reap the rewards. The downside of conditioning B is that if you do decide to go B after losing players, guess what? Tyloo are gonna be stacking it. That's just Ships finding that out firsthand. Goes in very aggressive before the flashes have a chance to detonate. That's gonna be the cost of his life. Somebody changing position, gonna land the kill with Attacker. And Tyloo do get their first round in 5. So finally back on the board again.
And finally defending against a B execute. So that is something they have not done very often, and now that forces maybe Windigo to think about things a little bit more. They will take their tactical time out. I love to see it happen so quickly after a round loss. Don't allow Tyloo to build up any momentum. Slow them right back down, and also start thinking about, hey, what do we want to do next? Like, we've basically run our game plan to perfection so far on the, establishing B early, using it to work A later. Now we can start thinking about some of the other executes we have in play. We can also, again, just go loose and scrappy. Just play fast and loose, do these dry peaks. Those are things that can certainly still be an X factor that Windigo can implement. So there's a lot of options there for them. They are very much still in control of this game, despite the success from Tyloo in the previous round.
No doubt also calling a tactical timeout just to make Tyloo stew on it a little bit. There's the Molotov. This time it will connect on short pipe. This is what we're talking about. They're throwing Molotovs out instantly because they know the change in pace could be around the corner. Attacker's used all of his grenades, basically. He has one flash left. He uses an incendiary, a smoke, and a flashbang. So he's basically got no utility left us with 1:20 to play.
That's really going to help Windigo have more access to the spawn without having to battle through all of that. Creeping up on short. Attackers in such a tough spot. Has to worry about both long and short. Pick short, only good for 1 kill, and his team absolutely crumbles around him.
What do Windigo do? They just wait for the Molotovs to disperse and then push it anyway. And there's nothing Tyloo can do about this because they've already spent all their utility. Deary me, Tyloo. This has been quite the wrecking. And remember, it was T-side on Inferno where they really stumbled. So it's not as if their T-side is something to look forward to here, Dust. Like, probably just more of the same.
Yeah. And I mean, again, like, the rumors were already out there that Freeman was on his way to this team for one of these players, and perhaps maybe even another roster change. Maybe 2 players going and 2 players coming in. There's been a lot of talk about that in the scene. I don't know if that's impacted them coming into this tournament. I also don't know if how the results going here will impact or reinforce that decision, or if it's already a done deal no matter what. Like, there's a lot of question marks floating around this Tyloo team. The adjustment from Tyloo, though, going into this round, make no bones about it, it's going to be the double AWP setup. Some are usually playing towards B, so he'll have it over there while Expert continues to patrol the A side. So will that be the ticket? Is that the tweak in play that Tyloo need to finally have some long-term success in this half?
Somebody with the nade. Oh, the grenade lands in Calix's face. Maybe a bit of good fortune is what they're looking for. The smoke's all around the site, the small gap that Attacker was trying to make the most of, but Ships can see it too. Ooh, close range, executing Bentet. Both players so low, 20 on Ships, 6 on Calix. So HP-wise, certainly favoring the C team. Flashbang over with Molotov. Looking to land in water. The barrel of the gun's around the corner. Ships can see this. He knows exactly where Summer is. He's going to spray through the bottom. What the hell? He goes in for the knife, but doesn't get the kill? What? Was that a left click and he assumed it was right?
I don't understand why he even did it. I guess because he just ran out of bullets in the spam doing the damage, and then he just felt like he needed to go in.
But then, why does he knife once and walk away like he assumed he was dead? Like, just keep knifing.
No idea. Why not use the pistol? there's so many questions to be asked there, I feel like, and we won't get any of the answers now. But I guess that's one way to win a round, to just have it gifted to you. Well, that was wild, man. I don't even know what to think.
Yeah, I think our what was in unison as we were both so dumbfounded to what just happened, and Bentet, Org, with a confident, audacious play, he's going to get rewarded with 2. Summer on the prowl round the corner of short, looking to see if he can find a pick with the AWP. It's important he doesn't die, because if he does, it's going to give a chance to just pile on top of B. With his death, though, that's going to be the round sealed up. Tyloo only conceding attack up. So that is 2 rounds in a row, something they've been unable to do so. And to be fair, in the last 4 rounds, they've picked up 3.
I'm still confused about a couple of rounds ago. I don't think I'm over that part yet.
Yeah, I'm going to need to see that back again to fully understand what happens.
I just watched it on stream, and it was wild. It was just as wild as we thought. I was hoping, it's one of those things where you hope to go back and watch and see if you miss something that makes it all better. It's not there. And now Windigo, after having lost the follow-up to that, having a round where they have very little to work with. It's just 3 Deagles and 2 AKs. One of these Deagles don't even have armor. A chance for Tyloo to reel it back in, Vince, to close the gap. All off of perhaps 1 mistake.
Yeah, it would be quite the story, wouldn't it? If the comeback was all off the back of that misplay. And so far, so good in round 13. Bentet's going to rotate back towards A site, which is being aggressed on from Bubble and Calyx. He's dealt with the first threat, but Calyx is going to bounce back with his Desert Eagle. And over on B, Ships has found Attacker. Not only does he have a kill, but he's also got an AK by his side now with the Kevlar. 50 seconds to go. Could try and isolate this into 2 separate 1v1s. That would be the way forward. It's all about how to Tyloo react to this play.
It's also 2 AWPs, so if they miss and he closes the distance, he could really punish with that AK-47. He's walking up. Will he check his right-hand corner? No, he will not, but the shot gets missed! Or at least not done enough damage that gives Ships the kill. There's still a lot of time to play with. It's the 1v1 against Summer. Summer has to gamble. Is he going to go connect to B, or will he commit to A? Both decide to converge here.
Summer's showing his head, and there's Ships. He was looking to the right-hand side. Only 13 seconds left, and he hadn't heard the bomb being planted. Why is he peeking that? He doesn't need to.
The pressure's on both these teams. They know that, at least for Tyloo, it's tournament life on the line. That's a round you should be just taken care of if you're Tyloo. You've done the hard part. You've won the last couple. That's the low econ round that you just put away. But now Windigo strike back thanks to some clutch moments from Ships. And now they're right back in the hunt. That's a big kill on the Excurate to kick things off. And Vince, if they lose this round, they have no money for the final round of the half. It'll be 11-4 most likely.
And 4 rounds on the CT side is simply not good enough.
No, not at all. Not on this map.
No, absolutely not. This is a fairly CT-sided map. You think he probably 9 or 10 rounds to CTs, not the other way around. And again, we go back to how poor T-sides have looked for Tyloo. How they're in disarray, how they have seemingly nothing that can really bring together this cohesive unit. Somebody lining up a smoke, while Windigo look to rummage together a B hit, flashes over towards Monster. Smoke onto Heaven. There's the first entry, gonna be Victor going in, finding somebody. Attacker's Molotov'd out, and he will be fragged afterwards, and Summer can do nothing. He's stuck up on the other side of A. Coming down now into Underground, and Calyx is there laid in wait and gets the better of him. 10 rounds for Windigo, and very little in terms of finances for Tyloo.
It's going to be slim pickings for the final round of the half here for Tyloo. They will get a couple of SMGs, an Attacker in Bentet. Somebody has to go head armor nade set, so he'll only have a 5-7, and Summer with just a CZ. And so this is prime for Windigo to find 11 at this point. You have to feel it's going to be the quick B attack. No surprise there. At least to get control of short.
Well deployed, bomb still at spawn, meaning that Windigo haven't fully decided which site they want to go for. I think they anticipated this push. Somebody should have had that cleanly, but we'll get it eventually. Good flashbang down into the eyes of ships. It actually lands behind him, I believe. What a strange moment that was. Poison, though. Gonna find Attacker and Calyx onto somebody. Another entry from Poison. Cracking the site wide open now. Now they have got the bomb. It's made a move over to B. They're gonna smoke out short. If Bentet gets too antsy, he will lose his life. And the round should follow. But as a result of all of this ruckus, it has put Tyloo in a position where they could feasibly win this round. They flash through and it's gone into the eyes of his teammate. Oh, Tyloo can't even buy a round at this point.
Vince, what is that retake? It's just a pop flash just streaming in one by one. They lost the 5-on-3. I just can't even, man. My brain hurts in so many levels.
The pop flash hit his teammate as well. Jesus Christ.
Vince, let's just go to halftime. We'll be back, folks.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gents, let's hope that Tyloo have sobered up after that first half, because at times it looked like drunk CS. Gonna be completely honest, it was a very disjointed CT side. Let's hope the T side has something special in store, otherwise Windigo are gonna briskly sweep to a 2-0. Dust, do you have anything to add? Because at times that was truly baffling.
It's a color caster's nightmare, some of these games, where it's just really hard to kind of get into the minds of the players and figure out what was going through their heads, but nonetheless, Windigo are well out in front. They already won the first match. Tyloo's tournament lies on the line. Curious where they will stick Calyx on the CT side, because Blocker was very much kind of their rotator as Victor and Chips played B, and Poison typically favored A with the op with Bubble. So I don't know if they'll let Calyx be that rotator, if they're going to change something up, but we'll find out soon enough, as the pistol round is very much underway, and Tyloo seem to be favoring the B side. Bomb outside, Monster, 3 going connector to short. Couple of flashes in the smoke on Excurate. So it seems like they want to attack this. But I think there are like 4 CTs on B right now, or at least 3 and maybe 1 in heaven.
Yeah, it's pretty B-centric defense. I think it's only Poison is watching A.
Yep.
And he's basically jumping up on the box, just hopping over, looking for info through long and short at the same time. So, yeah, mainly a B stack. Here comes a flashbang over. Summer going to be leading the charge with his Glock and Attacker. And meanwhile, sweeping through, pincering onto ships. Kills being traded out, but it's in favor of Tyloo. Here comes Poison, though. It's not just the AWP that you have to fear him on, it's the USP as well. They're both locked onto their site. They're going to get the plant, but they're going to concede the round. They're completely committed for the bomb plant. And it doesn't work out at all. They're going to have options going forward at least, but Windigo, with such an important second pistol, Tyloo now 1 foot out of this match.
A little bit unfortunate. Tyloo runs into a stack, and their utility just didn't really get them much. No one was really blind there. They actually lost some of the opening exchanges. Also going to lose the round as well. Buys coming up from Windigo, of course. It'll be Deagles for Tyloo this round. No armor in utility, though, except for 1 flash on Excurate. So they're looking to full buy next round. This can be where the SMGs can farm some cash on Victor and Ships. Again, normally the B-bomb site players. Actually going to be Calyx and Victor, though.
Say with Deagles though, it does offer them a little bit of firepower. They just need to connect some headshots from 1Ds, but Poison's going to take that off the table. There's 2. Stop peeking 1 by 1. Peek him as a unit, Tyloo. You can't go 1 by 1 and drop the bomb out like that. You're literally playing against where the Deagles shine at the most. They are doing damage to ships and Poison, but they can now just sit in bathrooms. They don't even have to peek anymore. They have the bomb down.
Now Bubble can use this opportunity to start sweeping up long A and could potentially blindside these Tyloo players. Go ahead and finish this thing off. Indeed he will. Bentet watching the long flank. Bubble will punish that. Summer trades, but he's in a 1 versus 4. It doesn't last very long. Victor will farm those extra dollars with the UMP. But here comes the buy from Tyloo, and this is where they have to win this round. If not, it's Windigo 14, and you're force buying to survive every round from that point forward, just to avoid champion or series point rather.
Yeah, at this point you got to wonder, as you said, with Freeman being linked to Tyloo. I mean, is that going to be enough? Do they maybe need to trade more out, because this has been such a shoddy performance. Poison does take that grenade plumb to the face, but still has 57 HP to work with. Nade thrown in retaliation, doesn't connect on anybody, and a smoke replenished on the stairs. Makes Tyloo cognizant of the fact that they could be up close, whereas obviously we can see that Windigo have pieced out of there. It's all about wasting time. Summer has spotted Calyx rotating back to the site through Monster, and Attacker's going to go in. He's going in raw as well. There's no flashbang preceding this just yet. He's going to be peeking and just gets fragged, and there's going to be a smoke there in the eyes. There's no way for Summer to retort. Tyloo, they're just being picked to pieces.
The team play just isn't there. They're not really trading effectively at all. They were trying to play out a default, but then just lose a player on the extremity before the A control can really even take place. And now Poison has a deadly bait and switch set up at long. He gets one kill, he'll draw back, and he has a player tucked in the corner for assistance. Yeah, he goes down, but if Tyloo keep marching forward long, they're going to be blindsided by Bubble. And now he's even got assistance from Ships, who's rotated.
Jump out from Bubble and spot Bentet on long behind the tree. Now rotating the bomb back over to the B site. They're going to be short on time here. There's only 23 seconds left. They're going to have enough time if they get straight through onto the site, but they haven't even scouted this out. They don't have anybody on the site to move off.
No, and that Molotov slows them down even longer. They're going to have to force their way through it. Oh, that's a brilliant flash, but still they get caught.
There's two more plays here as well, Dust. The Ships and Calyx, it's over. This round is done, the finances are done, and the map may be done as well. This is pretty embarrassing for Tyloo. Like, I don't want to be too rough, but Dust, this is nowhere near the form we know these guys are capable of.
No, you're just not seeing anything coming out of anyone but Bentet, it feels like, and even he's been limited on his impact. Normally, Attacker is able to get out there. Excurate, for a long time, was another player you could count on, but he's been so quiet the last few events for Tyloo, and it's happening again here in Dallas. And they're just a couple of rounds away from taking the long journey back home just on the first day of the tournament. And it'll just kind of go along with some of the other disappointments that Tyloo have lately. I mean, it's been really, really tough on Tyloo recently. You know, they weren't able to qualify for Cologne, weren't able to qualify for Sydney. This was the one big event they did qualify for. They bombed Starlighter Season 7, went out in groups super fast. And now this is their, next crack at things, and they might be one of the first teams out. Next to Lucid Dreams.
Take nothing away from Windigo as well, though they have played exceptionally well throughout both Overpass and Inferno, but it's really been the way in which Tyloo have been bested. At times their own worst enemies that has been the most disappointing part of this. Connector is where they're going to make their home for the time being, with 4 players here, an extra just behind them, but there's Poison with an AUG, doesn't require the AWP. He's fine with a scoped-in rifle. Bubble, very much the same result. 1 by 1 they peak, and 1 by 1 they'll fall. Not a single kill, and Windigo now have 11 match points.
I mean, if you have upgraded pistols, you gotta swarm together, man. You just keep feeding them one-on-ones. Like, what do you think is gonna happen against an AUG with that many bullets? He's just gonna... I mean, unless he misses, that's what you're banking your whole round on at that point. I mean, I know it's not your full buy, but you still have to try every round because you're so far behind. Now it's do or die. Here or now. Extra with the AWP, rifles across the board, decent utility. They're gonna lean towards B, short B control, but look at Windigo, they're gonna fight for it.
They're not giving an inch. They're not giving anything away to Tyloo for free. They're going to have to pay for it with blood. Attacker with 2, however, going to turn his attention into Connector. Now Poison has upgraded the AUG for a sniper rifle, and he will seal the deal up. Tyloo are gone. They are out. Nowhere near the kind of form we expected. A shadow of their former selves, and they have been comprehensively slapped aside by Calyx and the Bulgarians. And Calyx top fragging, he has been so good as a stand-in.
Indeed, he has played quite well. It's been a long day for us, Vince. We had 4 best of 1s and 2 best of 3s, a little over 9 hours of casting for me and you. And we still have 2 more days to go here in the secondary stream to wrap up the group stages. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. We appreciate the patience as well. We know we've had some mic issues, but we're going to fix that up here after the stream is over and get it ready for you folks tomorrow. If you folks are enjoying the casting, you can give Vince and I a follow, type !point casters in chat. That will give you direct links to our Twitters. Also, I know every now and then it flashes up on screen, so you might see it. Other than that, Vince, any final words from you before we kind of sign things off? I know for you it's, pushing past 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm sure you're ready to have a rest to get ready for tomorrow. But any last thoughts?
Yeah, 320 here. Thanks again for all the viewers. It's gonna be late for most of you as well. Pleasure as always, and we have way more Counter-Strike coming up over the next couple of days. It's all best of threes from here on out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So again, folks, once more, we do appreciate you so very much for tuning in. Also, I believe the main stream still has a game going, so definitely go ahead and slide over there if you want to catch some more Counter-Strike. And again, definitely we will see all of you lovely folks tomorrow on the secondary stream starting at noon Central Time in America, which is going to be 7 p.m. Central European Time. So, yep, catch you next time. This is Dustin Vent signing out. Until tomorrow.